Well, hi everybody. I guess I did need to talk. This is my third video. I don't know if I'll put it up as one or two different ones or what, but this is the third one I've done, and now my voice isn't so scratchy. Or maybe I just needed to talk more. I don't know. I usually talk too much. And I did a massage today, and I was in a talkative mood. I usually try to keep my mouth shut and give them their time and stuff, but it was a regular, and she kept asking me questions, so it seems like I talked quite a bit during it. So I don't know the answer, but I'm glad it's not as graphically as it was when I first started these videos. This is a weird way out of the picture right now. This is somebody that's not even in the picture, but I'm just curious about him. It's Alan Weisselberg. Now, he was the bookkeeper for Trump's dad and for Trump. Heard a whole lot about him. Kept coming up during the Mueller investigation, and supposedly he was helping Mueller. And then you haven't heard a word about it since then. And he's the one that probably knew where this stuff was from David Pecker, and maybe they got it buried because it's going to come out during this trial with Roger Rabbit. What's his name? You know who I'm talking about. Stone. But nobody's heard. It's been really quiet about him. So let's see what's going on with him. I'm wondering, because maybe they gave him immunity. That's what it sounded like for his story. But where did those stories go to? And you know that he knows where all the bodies are buried, and that's probably literal. We're going to ask and do one on him and see if we can figure out why he hasn't been subpoenaed or his name hasn't came up with this. I think I just had somebody just answered my question. It's because they want to keep it simple. They know so many people aren't paying attention to any of this stuff and don't know what's going on. And they're just wanting to keep it simple. And they don't want to bring any more confusion in or any more charges in. But I know they need to get this done and get it over with. But if there's any way to go straight to somebody that's got the information, and I know they can connect him into any of these people they're calling in. Anyway, I wonder why they have. So anyway, that's why they haven't pulled him in yet, because they don't want him there. They just don't want to. It would be a shame if they decided to impeach him and was too lazy to do the legwork. I know it takes time, and it takes, like I said, the more people they bring in there, the more confusing it's going to get, and they've already got enough on him to do it, but they haven't got enough on him to convince the Republicans in the Senate to do it. And some of them are, like I said, that Mitt Romney bless his heart, he must be taking testosterone. So anyway, maybe we'll just ask, are they going to call him? Is he going to get called in before this is all over? Are they going to get information from him? And like I said, maybe we'll all get information from him. I can't see why Roger Stone would have a closed trial. It won't be open to the cameras or anything, but they should be able to go out at the end of each day and say what happened. But anyway, let's see what's going on with him. Is he going to come back into the picture? And then I heard Robert Mueller is supposed to be coming back into the picture when some of this stuff comes out from these two that just got two little Russian naturalized citizens or whatever they are that they picked up. Anyway, so this is for Alan Weisselberg. The signifier for him. Justice. Justice. Well, that card made me feel good. I had a good feeling the minute I looked at it. And I didn't feel like justice was literally coming for him. He may escape justice, but I think he is. I think he gave him so much information that's Probably, maybe even might got the ball rolling immediately. That's pretty good for a base card for somebody that we know is pretty slimy most of his life. And the influence and obstacle over this is the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, he was he gave them a lot of information. That's why you haven't heard no more about him. He really turned over information. What they did with it after that, I don't know. It didn't seem to come up in the original Mueller report. Maybe they shipped it all to New York. Anyway, so that was the influence over it. That's why justice came through, because he was giving them the goods. And we got the Six of Wands here. Before this is all over, we're going to think of him as a hero. And here he was the bookkeeper for Trump's dad and Trump all these years, helping him pull probably half of these shady deals. I just heard about one he pulled for his son and Deutsche Bank, because his son's name is David, and he was working for Deutsche Bank. Anyway, some way they secured some loans and sold some property and then resold it real quick. And anyway, there was a lot of shady. So he's been in a lot of shady business, him and his son both. But he's going to end up looking like a hero before this is through. In the past, we got the Thief card. So we got the Seven of Swords here, and it's even upside down, so he knew where everything was. He knows where all the bodies are buried, where all the stuff has been put, which that would be. So he had a lot of information to come out, and it was all about money. It's still coming out. There's still stuff coming out. They're still looking into some of the information they gave him, because that's what's even going on now. They're still going through it, trying to figure out what they can use and what they should use first. They could use all of it. And in the immediate future, we got the King of Cups here. So he knows where all the bodies are buried, to do with the money, about Donald Trump. Okay. So we are going to be, this is the immediate future. We are going to hear something about him. We're going to hear about some of this information that he did on Donald Trump before. It's going to be coming out in the next 2 or 3 weeks. He's going to hear, yeah, this is the immediate future. There's going to be stuff coming out. Dirt coming out on that, on Trump and his organization, more than we know already. Maybe this is some of this misery that I keep feeling like it's just going to keep breaking. He feels like he's in either way. He has no choice. Damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. This is the Hanged Man. So that's what's going on with him right now. He's not looking forward to being this star, this hero, or this, won't be a hero ever, but he's not looking forward to this, but he has no choice. He has no choice. It's either prison or helping give this stuff up, this information up. And it's kind of caused a lot of disruption very fastly. This information, I said it'd be a couple of weeks, It's 2 or 3 weeks. I think within 2 weeks, you're going to be hearing something about the information that he's got and been put back. and because it's something coming forward really swiftly. And he's definitely got a lot to say. They may not. So I feel like they're going to call him to testify. First, I thought maybe they were just going to use all this material and keep everything, because they gave him immunity, keep everything under the table. But no, he's going to be called to testify, and he's got a lot to say. What comes out of his mouth is going to make everybody's head jerk around. And the outcome of this is they're going to be making more offers to Donald Trump to leave. Got the Four of Cups. Somebody's getting an offer they don't want. Maybe I'm just wanting Donald Trump to leave, but even if it's him, he's already got the offer. So maybe that's what the outcome was. He got, this is what Weasselberg, Weisselberg, little Weasel Weisselberg. Maybe he still not really wanting to do this, but they're going to, in fact, even the offer I know what this is. I don't know why it takes me so long. But yeah, this is an offer he don't like, because he thought this was going to get him totally off, but it's still going to maybe cost him some money. He's not going to feel good about it, because it's further than he thought he was going to have to go. He's going to have to give more information than he wanted to before it's all through. He thought he was going to be able to skate on this. But yeah, I would say from these cards we are going to be hearing something about him before too long. And I hope they're right. And it sounds really far-fetched to me, but sometimes when I anyway, sometimes this stuff just comes about. When I was looking back over some of my deals, I was surprised. Are they going to throw Rick Perry under the bus? Is everybody going to try to blame all this crap that's going on and with this stuff in Ukraine? Are they going to blame it all on Rick Perry? Try to blame it all on Rick Perry before they're through. Let's see what's going on with Rick. I think I did a reading on him the other night. Let's do one more. For some reason, it's so funny, because I shouldn't feel sorry for him, but I've never even particularly liked him that much. But I feel like he's gonna try to make a scapegoat out of him. Let's see, real quick. We're not gonna keep going on there. The signifier, probably got him up. Let's see if I got him upside down, or if this the first one was. I got them all upside down. So the signifier is the Republican Party card. So that's Republican Party. Let's see what, maybe the whole party's going to try to throw him under the bus. The influence on it's the money, of course. Why wouldn't it be? What's put back? What he's already worrying about what he's got back, and what he doesn't. He's wondering if he's got enough back to take care of all of his lawyers and stuff before this is all over. The foundation of this is the House. We got the Queen of Wands. We got Nancy Pelosi here. It's the foundation. The recent past. He was kind of coerced to go into this deal. They were telling him how when he first started and got pulled into this Ukraine stuff, how much he was needed and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, yeah, I feel like he was coerced with an offer to start this all, to get him over to working on that. And of course, the offer was this is Trump. So yeah, I think he is definitely thinking about using Perry for the one to go. He's going anyway, but the one to blame this all on. And it's not going to be just Trump. In the immediate future, there's going to be 4 or 5 Republicans just hammering about on all the talk shows and pundits and everything. They're going to be bringing up Rick Perry talk, trying to kind of say that he might have been, I don't know, everybody knows he's not the mastermind behind this because he don't have a mind. But anyway, it's yeah, looks like they're gonna try to, there's something going on here with the Republican Party with him. Let's see if they're, yeah, here comes the slings and arrows coming at him. Yep, he knows. He knows he's in the pot. He's just waiting for him to flush him. He's already resigned, but he knows it's coming. All kinds of stuff. And that's what's going on with him. He knows it's coming. The environment around him is he's wondering if he'll have any money left at all when he's through, because he's going to be totally out in the cold. He can't see anywhere to go. Talk about a man between a rock and a hard spot. His hopes and fears is the Page of Pentacles. His hopes and fears is that some other shady dealings he's had might be coming out before this is over. This is information coming through. Sometimes a spy, but this is information coming through that he wasn't expecting. So that's his hopes and fears, and the outcome. We got the Knight of Pentacles here. Maybe that's somebody trying to make him a deal that if he talks, he'll get out of there with something. Maybe not jail time. I don't know. But it's sometimes something to do with bribery. That's the outcome. Something to do with bribery. Anyway, that's my quick reading for Rick Perry to see what's happening here. There's no Tower cards in here, and there's no Three of Hearts or anything. So maybe he'll come out of this better than he thinks he does. But it's gonna. Right now, it's just what's going with him right now is just all this money, all the money he knows about where it's at, all the money he's worried about they're going to come find, all these, all the money he's worried about losing, it's gone. Anyway, yeah, he's not going to come out on top of this. He's definitely not coming out on top. Mercenary, he's going to feel like his own party's going to come after him so hard, it's going to feel like he's just going to feel devastated. And so anyway, that's my reading again on Rick Perry. I think I already said that, and then I lit that and started over again. And if anybody wants the personal readings, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And I'm going to be up in Oregon for 10 days, and so I'll need something to do anyway. So email me if you'd like a reading, and we can set it up from up there. And I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank all my thumbs up and all my comments. I love reading them. And I gotta go pick somebody up at the airport. Bye bye now. Well, I'm back. I split these up because I wasn't sure how long. Now let's do these candidates. I'm just going to do a 4 across and 4 down, and we're going to do Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Mayor Pete. I gotta get this over here. Lay it over there under the light, I can see it better. It's like the drunk looking for his car keys underneath the street light. And the guy comes up and says, can you help him? And he says, I'm looking for my keys. And he said, well, where did you drop them at? And he says, over there, across the street there by the car. And he says, well, why aren't you looking over there? And he says, because the light's all over here. That's a joke from the early 40s, people. It's kind of silly, but at that time, that was quite a joke. I'll probably take that out of there, but anyway. I was thinking about that since I had that paper over there stuck under the light, and over here you can't see it that good. So the first one is, number 1 is Elizabeth. I think she might be ahead, so she'd be a good one to start with. Okay. Don't go with those. Split them again. For some reason. I don't know why. Okay. So this is Elizabeth Warren. Okay, sweetie, have you got a chance? When we're all through with these, I'll tell you what I think's going to happen. And everything, that could change in 2 seconds, depending on what comes up next. But in the past, she's had a lot of jobs and a lot of things where she was in the driver's seat, and she's used to being there, so she'd probably be pretty good. And she thinks she'd make a great president, and I feel like she'd make a pretty damn good one too. But anyway, so she really thinks she'd make a great president. In the present, we have the Fool. That could mean that she's going to have a whole new career. That could mean, yes, she could be making it to the presidency. Or that could mean that she better be really careful because everybody's going to be jumping on her ass. So far, she's made most of them that's been jumping at her look foolish. So that's really good. But she needs to take a deep breath, maybe take a couple of days off, I'd say. She needs to, I know it's hard to do, but she needs 48 hours to recuperate. She needs to settle down, rethink, and replenish her energy. So we've got her feeling strong in the past. Right now she's feeling kind of foolish about something. Oh, this is good. This is her challenge, whether she's going to be the star or not. And right now she's the star, and her challenge is to stay there, to stay on top. And the future, wow, look at this. We got the Ace of Cups. Looks like she could win this thing. She could definitely win this. So definitely see her where she could win this. I'm going to pull this way in case I'm not sure how much that camera's got in it. I never am. And the next one we're going to do across is Bernie Sanders. Come on, Bernie, come on. Oh, well, we know he just had a heart attack. That broke his heart. Even if it wasn't, if medically he might have come through this and stuff, and this is the past, thank God, but his heart was broken. So these are definitely his cards. His heart was broken. In the present, wow, look at this. He's got the Two of Wands. He just feels so bad that he wasn't already in there where he could have prevented all this crap that's going on overseas. He's really seriously already in his head trying to figure out solutions to this and what needs to be done next, because he knows it's going to be it's going to be terrible in the Mideast. But anyway, yeah, so that's where his mind's at in the present. He's trying to figure out what he could do, and you see this world he's holding in his hand. So he's thinking, if I get this, if I do come out with this nomination, and if he does, you know he's going to win the presidency. And I don't know why they don't never mention him as a formidable competitor to Trump when he comes out, when he's got more donors than anybody else in the more money coming in through small donors than Trump does through his massive donors. But anyway, so yeah, he's already thinking about the world. This is the present, the world, and what he would do with the world, and how he would try to heal the world if he got in there. The next we have the challenge is the Queen of Wands. And the minute I looked at this, I thought about Nancy Pelosi. Well, we all know she don't want it. Nobody from the old school wants any rules changed. They don't want to go back to doing stuff without a bunch of phony money that's coming into all of them, and they don't even want to go there where they end up getting the money out of politics, because that's how they've thrived all their life. So I don't really think that this is Nancy Pelosi. I think this is the Democratic machine, the ones that wouldn't play fair last time. Now what they're trying to do is just totally ignore him, talk around him, and act as though he's not even where he's at in the race. And if they do say something, it's something derogatory, something about him being sick, or they can't find anything in his record. He's always been on top of everything all his life. But anyway, so the challenge to this is the Democratic Party and all their I always used to think of the Republican Party as being pushy, but the Democrats more closed-handed and huddled together against any change than almost in the Republican Party. At least they looked the other way and let all those stupid teabaggers in, and look what they're still doing. They've had our government tore up ever since. That was the Republican Party. But the Democratic Party is going to fight him tooth and nail. If he doesn't, looks like if Elizabeth Warren don't win, it looks like he may win. And if he doesn't, it'll be because of the Democratic Party still just fighting him tooth and nail. They are so terrified of any kind of change. They're so terrified of having to give up that big tit they've been sucking on. And I'm a Democrat. I love it, but they don't want to give. They're terrified of any change, and nobody likes change, but we have to go forward, and we can't go backwards because nothing was getting done before this either. Wow. Well, that's a good card. At least he's going to get enough money coming in. This is the Ten of Pentacles. That's his future card, all kinds of money. Well, you don't make that much money being president. Oh, I hope he don't end up making it from a book he writes, because he's not. But anyway, yeah, this is a good card. So I'm saying him or Elizabeth Warren could get this. Definitely get this nomination. And the next one is Joe Biden. Oh, wow. Well, this is a recent past, and we got the moon, and that's secrets being brought forward. This is secrets being revealed. Now, it's probably some of the stuff around his son. It's not terrible what happened between his son. It happens, that kind of crap goes on all the time. It's been going on for years, but when somebody brings it up and makes a point out of it, then it kind of does hit home with people. So there might even be some, and there's going to be a bunch more stuff coming out against him, because he was the one that ended up getting the bill through where people with student loans can't file bankruptcy. It's the only one thing you can't file bankruptcy. And Joe Biden was right behind that bill, because Delaware is where his state is where all the credit card companies are from. And the second one out is the present. And boy, he's got enough money coming in. It's all from big donors, but he's got huge amounts of money coming in. Huge amounts. You don't have to worry about money, at least for a while. If they see that he's not going to be close to getting this, they'll start pulling it. Probably put it toward Buttigieg or that Amy Klobuchar. They want somebody in there that's not going to change nothing. That's what they're all looking for. Everybody in big business, they don't want any changes. And they're all right behind Joe, because they think that would be just perfect, that he'll take it back to how it was before, which is anything better than Trump. But they still needed to go forward when you can't even get anybody in the Supreme Court. That's pretty bad. So they need changes. And the next we got here is the Queen of Wands. So I think some of the women, this isn't just like Nancy Pelosi, because if she had her way, she'd probably rather see him in there. But I think this is the women in the House that aren't really wanting Joe Biden. They're not wanting to see Joe Biden. If they could be truthful across the board, and even to their constituents, they would tell you that I don't think they would back him, most of them. At least the new ones. The old ones that's been in there way past time they should be out of there, they'd probably back him, because they're been feeding at that trough a long time. And for the future for Joe, well, it's not bad. It's the Four of Pentacles, but it's him holding everything really close, holding his money close. I don't think this is a card that says he's a winner. It's a money card, but it's not a whole lot of money, and it's holding everything close. So I don't know if he starts losing donors and he don't want to spend his own money or what. But don't be surprised if he pulls out of this. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not even in all the primaries, or I'm not quite sure how that's set up, but I wouldn't be surprised if you don't decide to pull out for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm just thinking, the minute I looked at that card, I thought, uh-oh, he's pulling out. And so the next one across is, everybody keeps talking about him. Let's do Mayor Pete. Okay. We got the Six of Swords here. So he's going away. Why, I don't know. Because I figured he was going to stay in there and even if he didn't get the presidency, end up with something else. But maybe some of that stuff about where he was mayor and he fired that police chief or something. But something's going on. He's moving away from this, so he's going to get out of the race before too long. I can't see this because he's got a lot of donors, but anyway, don't be surprised if he leaves the race early. In the present, he's coming through like the Knight of Swords. Now I'm looking back at this. This is like in the recent past. Maybe he thought he was going to have to get out of there for something, but it blew over. So we got the Nine of Swords. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's do Pete again. Okay, we got the Nine of Swords. We got the Six of Swords. But look at it here, I guess. And it looks like in the past he was thinking he was going to have to pull out of this. Maybe it's when all that stuff came out about him firing that old police chief and not really looking into things and not really, from what I understood, doing anything right when he first went in to be a mayor. But maybe he's made up for that and learned some stuff since then. I'm not putting him down, but he thought he was going to have to pull out of the race. And then, wow, now he's coming in like gangbusters. Just going forward here, he's got the Knight of Swords. He's just going in like I can handle this. Here I am to save the day, like Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse, that's what I felt like when I looked at that card. So he's even thinking, wow, I could do this. The challenge is the Sun. And I feel like, the higher you get up, the more people you have checking on you. I think there's some more stuff coming out about his background. Now, I think he's probably pretty squeaky clean about his personal background and his service and all that kind of stuff. But, a lot of people are prejudiced, and so they're going to be looking deep. And I think maybe this is a light maybe more things getting publicized about that business of him firing that firing that police chief and stuff right after he went in because somebody paid somebody or something. It's pretty interesting when you hear the story. I don't know how this all skated over his head, as smart as he is. He says like he didn't watch these videos and stuff. But he's pretty sharp. He may not have watched them physically because he may not be lying when he says that, but he definitely knew everything in them. So that's Buttigieg. So there's going to be a light shined on his life and what he's done as the mayor, some things, before this is over. And of course, everybody's going to be digging dirt on everybody. That's such a shame. But his card for the future is the King of Swords. So that means that he's in this race for a while longer. He's got a chance of he could. And I wasn't even dreaming in 100 years of going down on these since I'm reading them like that. But let's go down. Let's start with Elizabeth Warren. We've got the Queen of Swords here. We got the Three of Hearts. Got the Queen of Swords in the past, strong. The Three of Hearts next, which would be the present. So she's not feeling as happy this week as she has been. I think she was flabbergasted the way they beat up on her during that debate. But she should have known they would be. And I hope it's not true, but she could be going away in the future. Because they're going to be pulling a bunch of secrets out about her too. And then if we go over to the next one down would be Bernie Sanders. And that would have made his past being foolish. His present looking out over the world, trying to see what could come out about it. His challenge is that the money keeps coming in. And his future could be the Knight of Swords, riding in triumphant. And if we go down on the next month, we got Joe Biden, who started out as the star. In the recent past, he was the star. In the present, he's the King of Wands. He's still got everybody's respect, and everybody's looking up to him, and they're giving him credit for what he has done, his years of service and being the vice president. His challenge, for some reason, and I don't think this is Nancy Pelosi, because here we are again with the Queen of Wands. For some reason, the women in the House, the younger women in the House, just can't even fathom getting behind him for some reason. A lot of them don't have the respect for him that some of the other people do, maybe because of some of the things they do. This younger bunch, they're a smart bunch, and they have looked back at the old legislation, which side of everything he was on. So there's some of them that are unhappy with him about that. But he could end up being the winner, so he could still be a winner. And then the last one down is Mayor Pete. And he started out as just a little ace of cups, just came on like gangbusters in the past and got everybody's attention. He was smart, soft-spoken, and everything, really had himself together. In the present, he's got the 10 of coins. He's got all kinds of money coming in. I didn't think these cards would work both ways, but they're definitely doing it. And the challenge is somebody turning his money off for some reason. It looks like he goes from having all kinds of money to before too long something happens to shut his money down. I don't know what it is, but his money gets shut down. But the future card's the King of Swords, so he could be there. That was his future at the bottom, the way these are read. Anyway, I don't know for sure, but I'll do these both ways. Before I put them up, I might split this in the middle and just go with the front reading. And so anyway, that's my reading on these characters. Doing this, running this race to see who's going to get to the top of this Democratic nomination. And any of these people would, almost anybody that you could go walk into on the street would do a better job than Trump. So at least we got that to look forward. Hopefully the Dems will win the election, and no matter who they put in there, it'll be good. Anyway, I just want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank and if anybody wants a personal reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. lynntarotreadings with an S @gmail.com if you'd like a personal reading. And even though I'm going to be gone for 10 days, that'd be a good time to do some of these personal readings. That's one thing great about this stuff. It's all electronic. So, night, everybody.